늘지 않는 영어 공부법은 이제 그만. 방법은 간단합니다. 하루 딱 3분간 3분의 미국 방송의 모든 문장을 원어민처럼 따라하세요. 이게 가장 빠르고 가장 확실하게 영어 레벨을 바꿔드립니다. 리얼 CNN English 지금 바로 시작합니다.
Three takeaways, nothing shocking, right? I was actually hoping there was. I kind of got baited into wanting to see what new information that was out there, and obviously we didn't really hear anything new. The only thing missing was Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani not sitting on his flanks. The three things I learned was that elections are vulnerable, China hates us, and voting machines could be attacked by cyber attacks. Those are the three things that I took away from the speech. I think we knew those going into that.
All right. Did anyone else?
Yeah, I was shocked.
You were shocked.
Donald Trump is laying the groundwork for this election, and I think that is what should be disturbing to everyone. Part of the reason why he gave this sort of speech is similar to the tactic that he used in 2020 that Jack Smith actually prosecuted him for or had charges against him, which was that he was told by his advisors over and over and over that fraud was not a thing in the 2020 election, and that the 2020 election was actually safe and secure. And we had known for quite some time that there were attempts by the Chinese and the Russians, and yet Donald Trump tried as much as he could in certain states to ensure that and to sow doubt in our 2020 election so that they would not certify the results in the election. And now he is laying that groundwork so that he can take some sort of action, whether it be the National Guard, whether it be ICE, whatever it is, ahead of the election in 2026. And I think that is the takeaway and should be shocking to everybody.
You don't think, the average American might find it shocking that China is said to have hacked into our systems and got a lot of voter information?
I would suggest in a press release at
I'm
DOJ.
Asking you if the American public, who I don't think are talking about this or even knew about any of this, I think that's a little bit of a failure on the part of the administration, current and past, to put that information out there. But also, I think the media hasn't really focused that much on this particular aspect.
They have, and actually Marco Rubio and the Intelligence Committee and others have done that. And if we had a president who actually cared about it in 2020, he would have raised the alarm about China and Russia and others trying to interfere in our election.
Was that he wasn't getting the information.
Well, maybe he should read the presidential daily briefing. That's the problem. He does not read his intelligence briefings.
Sorry, but part of this speech was about how that wasn't actually being given to him, and not just to the president, which you can argue, and I think that there's some fairness here of not every bit of intel is going to get to the president. That's normal. However, if you do have DNI at the time, John Ratcliffe, not getting information, getting access to the information, that is meaningful. And some of the emails that have been released, we haven't seen all of them yet, I've seen a couple of them, suggesting that they were massaging points so that they would keep certain information from the president. I do think that matters. Now,
Donald Trump was trying to overturn an election. There is a reason why.
Well, no, China was trying to get involved here.
And they did not overturn it. Donald Trump was charged with attempting to try to overturn an election.
Donald Trump did not make any argument tonight about that election being overturned as a direct result of any of this. Every Democrat who told us what was going to be in this speech, they were all wrong. All of their talking points completely fell apart. And so now they're coming out and they're saying that there was nothing here at all. Everything that was said tonight is total nonsense. But you're pointing out it's not actually total nonsense. Some of this is known.
But I think
I
think a big distinction you have to draw is between election interference and election influence. Right?
Sure.
Interference is about actually changing votes. The Jan 6 committee talked exactly about this. Right. There was not interference. And Donald Trump today did not allege there was interference.
Correct.
The election results were appropriate. Joe Biden won fair and square. Election influence is done all the time. It's done in every election. That's not remarkable. Is it important for our government to be aware of it, take action to protect our elections, even from influence? That's correct. But to your point, yeah, but that's not what the president alleged tonight. He
talked specifically about that.
He did not allege that our elections were hacked in a way that impacted the result. And to your point, I think it's ironic